We are three, two, one, and super pills. Oh, I didn't get a chance. I didn't really watch the last one for obvious reasons. So it's there's a lot going on this screen. Oh my
There is a
goodness.
lot going on. Yes, and ACMLM already off to a good start. Again, Larva's on a little bit of a delay, so the timing won't we won't mind that too much. But ACMLM already down to 12 viruses, going a nice vertical game, a nice lightning rod there, which is a double, a straight up and down vertical. Meanwhile, on the bottom on our John Bowl, uh, John Nash seems to be ahead by just a little bit, and the RNG is treating him very kindly. Just needs a couple more blues to be out.
Yeah, Nash definitely had uh, a board that was all very compressed, whereas John Flindo had to deal with a more scattered out board. And but all three players who have started, we're waiting on Larva to for her stream delay to catch up. But all three players out within a minute. JohnNash4th actually starting off by being our first player out of level 4. So we'll see how whether or not that continues.
Yeah, and he is already down to 6 viruses, so he is the farthest ahead in the lead, right now, and so he's about 6 viruses ahead of Flindo right now, who is in a great position. Everything's low down. He's not gonna have to take a lot of drop time, and he's got, use for just about everything.
As we are
Now
dealing with some technical difficulties with Larva Stream, we're trying to get everything back up, but promise that she's keeping up with her own timer, and whatever's going on is going to be clear. As the three other players that we've got going on are now in level 6. We have Larva back.
excellent. So ACMLM playing a very game up high, and blue was what he needed to work with, and luckily he was getting that blue. Now taking out that red yellow garbage, everything is free and clear, and he's ready to go as Larva gets started.
Yeah, and Larva is on level 6. Oh, there we go. Dave's got her fixed on the restream. Again, this is not an easy restream. I just want to plug Dave one more time because the man
Hmm.
is doing some magic behind the scenes. As we watch, John Nash looks like he is again going to be the first player out of level 6 at a 243. He and ACM are on about the exact same time. So whichever one of them comes out first is going to be the first out in total. Flindo looks like he's going to have a really nice setup, gets it, and he is very close to being out as ACM out at just under 3 minutes, Flindo out at just over 3 minutes.
Yeah, and Flinto's combo work was amazing at the end of that level. I mean, it was just really clean. He he didn't make dueling plans. It was all gonna go the way that he wanted, and so he's got a nice combo to start this level as well. Meanwhile, John Nash needs a bunch of red at the top, but he is gonna get it. And he's got nice possibilities for the bottom of the board, possible blue horizontal there, which it looks like he's going for.
Yep. As we've got, by the way, all four players are on level 7 now. As Larva did finish out at a little less than 3:30, actually putting up a really good time. It's just with ACM as your opponent. There's not a lot. Yeah, he's just so fast. But John Nash out at just under 4 minutes. So 4 levels in 4 minutes. That's a really good time for even for as fast as this game is going.
I
And just
yeah,
great play from all of our players.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. So ACMLM had a little bit of difficulty at the top of the board. Maybe was looking to ditch some garbage, or sorry, go for a horizontal to get some garbage to fall down, but it just didn't really work out. He is now out of level 7 at about 434, so he's going to go to town on this level 8. Meanwhile, Flindo working on his level 8 with 23 viruses left to go has a nice opportunity for maybe that horizontal blue set there, but he's got to make sure he's got the platform for it. He is setting up the garbage on top of those blues to indicate that that's his plan.
And Larva is almost out of here at a sub five. Unfortunately, got a little bit of trouble in the lower right, but sets up a really nice combo to get out of here to 510. That is still a really good time, especially considering that none of our players have ever competed, to my knowledge, in SNES at all. So yeah, we're really trying something brand new here. As John Nash can't believe it himself, he's out at a 519. That is the hottest of hot times we have right now. Uh, as his
Yeah.
opponent JonDatFlindo is very close to finishing up as well, as is ACM and Larva, not too far behind any of them.
Yeah, and Acmlm has a perfectly clean board right now. Just needs this one red and one yellow to be out. Waiting for that yellow out at a 551. So he
Yes,
is out
so
third in this set,
and
but
we've got sub sixes from three of our four players in no time flat. These guys have been practicing, and you can tell they want this. And it's just wow so far. GG's to all of these players.
yeah, one of the amazing things is that the community has really rallied around this version of the game in the last couple of weeks. You've seen so many records being tossed around on speedrun.com, people PBing left and right, people vying for records over and over again. So yeah, this part's been awesome. And so maybe we can turn our attention to all versions of the game.
Right?
Um, yeah.
Let me just say, Larva out at a 6:30. That is, I believe, like a minute faster than her previous matches.
Hmm.
So, I mean, goodness, that was all four players just playing their hearts out. Um, I- this has been a lot of fun already. All right, we've got three readies in the chat. Once Larva gets readied up, we will be ready to continue on with game two. And oh man, this was hype before. It's even
I
hyper
know.
now.
This is so great. We do have readies from all four players.
It was ACM we were waiting on, not Larva. I see this is I see the same color in chat. It's what happens.
I see
So
such interesting parallels on the left and the right hand side. We have no cameras on the left. We have medium on the left. We have cameras on the right, and high speed on the right. If only we could get the both of them on team chill or team off. But we have our 3, 2, 1 pills.
yes, indeed, as Larva's the first one out, but everybody not by very much. And we're looking at some very similar boards, a lot of just floaty boards as Larva gets a nice double down at the bottom. She's getting some good combos. John Nash is finding some drop time, but is just able to make things work for him. John Flindo's got a really nice setup that, wow, he
Hmm.
just triggered off. And ACM is working very quickly to get out of this level block. I talked about everybody. Your turn, Savage.
Yeah, so um, Larva had a tough task with those blues at the top, but she had a great foresight in working all the way around the board and finding some nice combos. Now, uh, Flindo is out of his level 4 and already going to town. Nice horizontal at the top of that level 5, and RNG cooperating to help him take out things in the right order. A great slide from him to be able to clear out in between. Nice job, Flindo.
Yeah, Flindo and ACM both out at about 52 seconds. Larva at about 57, and John Nash having a rough time with that level four is out at I believe it's about a 114. So he knows what he's up against now, and as quickly as these level blocks go, he knows that he's going to have to really put the pedal to the metal now.
Hmm. ACMLM with a really clean board here just needs yellows and reds to be out. Nice double yellow there, and things are going to be really straightforward. Nothing fancy required here, and that double red exactly what he needs. He's out at a 150. Meanwhile, Flindo uh,
And
out of
47.
level 6. Yeah.
So it's now ACM and Flindo fighting for first on the stream here as John Nash and actually Flindo did pass ACM in the last one as well. So we're seeing these players just showing that the practice has been very much worth it.
hmm And Larva with on level 6 with about 25 viruses left to go. Really nice work with the double yellows there. Made that blue possible, and she's really taking things down bit by bit really well. I'm curious to see whether the horizontals for these yellows will get going, and they will, I think. But she drops that blue down very smart.
Meanwhile, we've got ACM out at about a 243, JonDatFlindo out at about a 250, as they are now both in level 7, and our other two players are shortly going to be joining them. John Nash still fighting off some, that rough RNG he had in his level 4, and I, I I don't know that it's too much because certainly in this game anything can happen, but it's definitely going to be more difficult. Although combos like that are going to make it so much easier.
In your top left, ACMLM does appear to have had a misdrop in columns, looks like 3 and 4 with that blue yellow, but he's been very patient just working around it. He knows the pills are going to come, so he's not too worried about it. And looks like if he drops the blue that's there in column 3, things will fall down to start working on a plan for those yellows in row 1. So not too bad.
Yeah. And he is, he's definitely having to play well because Larva was out of that level 6, I believe, sub 3.5, and that's a really good time. As ACM out at a 410 at coming out of this level 7 into his final level.
John Nash in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen having some trouble there because he's got a tale of two boards, as we like to say. So columns 1 and 2 kind of locked up, and columns 7 and 8. So he is going to probably have to take some drop time or build a big platform to get up to the top to those yellows.
And he's facing off with John Flindo, who is really just pouring it to it. He does not want to see a two-game sweep, and uh, it's nice lightning bolt as he's continuing on. He's got about 11 viruses left and is pretty much in the lead on our restream here.
hmm ACMLM had some beautiful horizontal setups there. Board really clean right now. Notice that has the option to take out those reds horizontally. All that combo is going to fall, and he is done at a 515. So answering back, saying, this is my game right now." Flindo out at a 528.
Wow. So we've got our winners for our second game as ACMLM is going to take the upper game, but we're going to be ready for a decider coming up between JohnNash4th and JonDatFlindo. We said it was going to be a good game, and it has already proven to be so with two just excellent games so far. Cannot wait to see what game 3 brings as yeah, John Nash is just going to go ahead and top out and get ready for this game 3.
Meanwhile, GG's to Larva. We've seen you do some really creative stuff here. And so both in the NES tournaments and the SNES tournaments. Looking forward to seeing you again. Also, thank you for all the graphics work you do. So now we are ready for John and John.
Larva definitely showing just improvement from game to game. That game 2 is probably the best we've seen her play, and oh man, I'm looking forward to seeing us do this again, just so I can see where these players are going to go. Like all these players are going to go. This is a lot of fun. I really enjoy the SNES. Can you tell?
Yeah, you're really enjoying it. And we have readies from both Johns. We will
It's a
try not to use the word John.
it's a John Dave cider in 3, 2, 1, and super pills.
Oh, nice RNG blessing for Flindo at the beginning of that level, being able to take out the high stuff horizontally. Um, and everything's going really nicely for him at the moment.
Yeah,
Nice opportunities.
that was definitely a concerning board when it first came up. Everything was
Hmm
really floaty. I was a little worried for him, and then the RNG just said, "No, no, I've got this."
uh-huh.
So he is that, but of course now he's sitting on nothing but yellows, which is not a common occurrence in this version. But we'll see. Yep, there he gets the double, or the horizontal gets a double. He's out at a 44, a blazing 44 seconds.
And John Nash not too far behind, just needs a couple more blues. These two double blues going to help out quite a bit, and he's out at a 51 seconds.
Anything under a minute, at least in my practice, seemed to be about what we wanted to see. And these two showing that, no, we can do better than that.
We have a misdrop from John Nash in columns 2 and 3. I think that he wanted to tuck that blue yellow a little bit farther to the left, but again, he can wait for it. It's not the biggest deal, and he's going to use that blue garbage to make a nice combo there. A little slowdown, but not too bad.
Yeah, the that sort of thing isn't as game ending in this version because, as you said, you can wait for the right pill to show up, especially early on. Early misdrops are not critical, although they do have a tendency to become so if you're not careful. I think JonDatFlindo is really hoping for what he has started terming a dive. Okay, I helped him term it that, but where you take a tuck and turn it downwards into a odd hole. It's really hard to describe. As both of our players are out around the same time, about the 2 minute mark. I don't know if he was trying for it, but with the medium speed, it is possible. Um, eh, Regardless, both players out under 2 minutes and playing really well.
John Nash's board, not as diverse at the top as we would like to see. There's a lot of red yellow there, but again, the RNG will cooperate here. I think I think the goal is probably to clean out and expose that blue in column 1 soon. Notice John Nash trying to use blue pill halves just in other ways to create moves. Meanwhile, uh, Flindo looking really good here, setting up horizontally. He's got a nice opportunity to slide these the blue in between on column 5, and so he's off to it. Just needs a bunch more yellow.
And he knows exactly what he's looking at and has been building up some really interesting stuff. But again, nothing but yellow at the in the end game. I think the game's trying to tell him something. I don't know what it is, but he gets three double yellows in a row to finish out at a 314.
On John Nash's board, notice the left-hand side, it's looking a little bit like a NES board in terms of just all the stuff that he had to pile up to the side, but this double red is going to get him out at a 324.
So about 10 seconds he's going to have to make up. You know, this is the opportunity to do so, and he's going to get a really nice T on the right hand side. That was beautiful. Opts not to go for that horizontal double in the middle, but is still on a good pace and is starting to keep up with JonDatFlindo.
Yeah, Flindo is trying to avoid taking drop time down the center of the board. Notice he did get quite a few blues, which could have been used on columns 3 and 4, but he's very actively trying to avoid that. Sometimes what Flindo does is he will hold on to some moves for quite a while, but um, I think this is going to go really well. If he gets a double red, some magic's going to happen.
You mean like this one?
Yes.
There it
Yeah.
goes.
Awesome.
And that frank level of patience is really it's starting to pay off for him. That's really, in my opinion, a hallmark of Frank's play is that he's super patient when it comes to building his combos. And yeah, Flindo showing that he's got that. He got it in spades as he's out at a 442.
Nice. And John Nash just a little bit behind, out at a 441 actually.
Yeah, he's so
So the
he's
timer is
actually touching
slightly
the end.
different. Yeah.
So this level 8 is going to be everything for these two players. They're practically tied. You can hear it in our voices. Actually, you can't hear it in my effort, but
I was
um,
gonna say so smooth.
yeah, we're super excited. Uh, we 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 hang out with these guys all the time, so seeing the two of them just really duking it out, playing their best Dr. Mario, it's an exciting moment, and just this is a great stage for it. John Nash with a great cross clear as he and Flindo again about 5 hours difference between the two of them, but it's anybody's game at this point.
Really nice cross combo from Flindo just now, to take out quite a bit of the board. A blue yellow would be great for him. He gets it to start cleaning out that. The only thing that's covered in garbage is that blue there, but he's noticed he's opened up the opportunity for this beautiful combo there. The reds into the blue, so he's cruising right now. Ook.
Yeah, don't want to call it, but he he's only got the one virus left to take care of. John Nash had a little bit of garbage going on the right hand side. Did end up with a final misdrop there. As Flinto's out at a 608, John Nash is going to be out at what is it, a 615, so 7 seconds. But GG's to both of our players.